Dustin Cady picking up a big victory last weekend at Willamette Speedway. He's the inside pole sitter. Outside of him, Brian Papa, one of the biggest names in modified racing in the history of the Pacific Northwest. 25 laps, scheduled distance, green flag, here we go. Cady up on the high side, Cady to the front. Race for second between Brian Papa and Colin Weinbarger. Now it's a three-car race for the lead. Brian Papa utilizing the middle of the racetrack in the number 75 car. But it's the 7D of Cady up top, looking good. Dustin Cady, Brian Papa, Nick Trenchard, he's up to third place right now. Colin Weinbarger still battling up front. Jesse Williamson is fifth. Three laps down, 22 laps to go. This one all Dustin Cady. Cady, your leader, that race for second, going from a three-car battle to just two. Colin Weinbarger on the bottom, Brian Papa up high. Nick Trenchard is fourth, little bit of contact between Papa and Weinbarger. Papa holding on as Mark Carroll slips underneath Jesse Williamson into fifth place. All of this action right behind him is allowing Dustin Cady to pull away as Weinbarger throws a slider on Papa. Papa, though, answers back with a little bit of a crossover move. Weinbarger, though, gets what he wants out of the bargain. He gets the high side, and Weinbarger now operating up top as Cady is in the middle. Eight laps complete, 17 laps to go. Dustin Cady, Colin Weinbarger, Brian Papa, Nick Trenchard, and Mark Carroll, your top five. Near the halfway mark, 10 laps down, 15 laps to go. Dustin Cady leading as the 54 of Nick Trenchard starting to go to work on Brian Papa. That's a battle for third place. Top two cars breaking away from the main pack. This time by will be past the halfway mark as Dustin Cady looks to complete lap number 13. 12 laps to go. Trenchard and Papa still could go either way. Carroll is fifth. Mark Woggy sixth, and it's Jesse Williamson, Curtis Towns, Doug Lockwood, Jake Maiden, rest of the running order. He's got the lead, but by only a couple of car lengths. Now Trenchard and Papa starting to catch up with their top two cars as Trenchard works the bottom. Brian Papa now beating Trenchard in the bottom going into turn number one. Colin Weinbarger searching around the racetrack. Less than 10 laps to go this time around. 16 laps down, 9 remain. Katie, Weinbarger, Papa, Trenchard, and Carroll, your top 5. Weinbarger again, looking to the inside of Dustin Katie, trying to put in a bid for the lead. It's allowing the 75 of Brian Papa to get in the mix too. Papa in the 75 trying to get underneath. Oh no! Papa will spin into turn 2. Yellow flag. Out of turn number 4, Colin Weinbarger trying to keep his modified evening perfect. Green flag is back out. Weinbarger getting underneath Katie, trying to pull the slider, not quite able to perform it though, as Katie still up top. 3 wide for third between Carroll on the bottom. It's Trenchard in the middle, Woggy up high, Trenchard now in the 54 looking for second. Dustin Katie leading. Trenchard in position number 2. Carroll is third. Here comes Trenchard. Trenchard seems to have figured out the bottom. Trenchard still on the inside, side by side with Dustin Katie. This is the battle for the top spot. Colin Weinbarger coming back into the picture to race for second as Katie gives up on the top. Katie's going to move down on the racetrack just a little bit. Nick Trenchard, though, keeping his faith right where he's at, trying to hit his marks. 4 cars battling through the lead, nearly going 4 wide into turn number 3. It'll be 5 laps to go this time by. Dustin Katie trying to hold on. Nick Trenchard is right behind him in second. Trenchard with the advantage coming out of turn number 2. Katie, though, looking to get him on entrance speed going into turn 3. Weinbarger is third, then it's Carroll right there in 4th. Nick Trenchard will lead lap number 21. This one far from over, as it's now Mark Carroll trying to move into second. And now Mark Woggy in the 1M. He's in the picture now to possibly challenge Carroll, trying to get underneath Trenchard. That's going to allow Katie to work on the top side. 22 laps complete, 3 laps to go. Here comes Katie with a resurgence of speed up on the high side. He's managed to muster something here for a late race attempt to recapture the lead. Nick Trenchard and Dustin Katie side by side at the start-finish line. Colin Weinbarger in the Superman entry through the middle. Weinbarger now is able to get around Dustin Katie. Mark Carroll still on the bottom trying to make something happen. White flag is out one more time around as Trenchard, he is on the bottom. It's leaving the high side. Acres of space for Weinbarger to try something. A last toss of the dice for anyone to challenge Trenchard. After a terrible prelim night, he'll cap it off with the Race of Champions victory. Nick Trenchard will win it. Trenchard, your winner. Carroll will finish second. Weinbarger finishes third. Mark Woggy and Curtis Towns the top 5. And how about it, race fans?
It's a champion's victory after, I don't know, is it too harsh to say it was a terrible qualifying night for you, my friend? Nick Trenchard out of Klamath Falls. Late race, my goodness. You could have tossed a blanket over about 4 of you guys there, really duking it out, but racing hard and racing clean.
Yeah, that was fun. I wish I would have. I had rear end problems earlier right after qualifying, so we weren't able to run all night until this deal. So we just got to keep our head down and do good tomorrow night to qualify in the show.
Yeah, big task with the heat races. You got to come through. But with this, you have the option of a provisional. But I know that you want to race your way into that thing because a better starting position.
Yeah, exactly. With how equally everybody's matched, it's pretty key to start towards the front, or else it's going to be pretty hard to pass and get forward.
Talk about that race. It looked like kind of everybody was hanging out on the top side for the longest time, but you were searching around and seemed to find something not quite on the bottom, but maybe like a car length above, kind of almost in the slick there.
Yeah, there was just a little strip of moisture right over there off the bottom of 2 that I was putting the left rear in, and I was just trying to stay smooth on the bottom and not make any mistakes.
This has got to be a pretty huge deal for you guys and this team. Coming to Cottage Grove, talking before the races, this is a race that you'd like to win. I know you'd like to be in this situation with a big check for tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be tough starting towards the back with everybody locked in, but we're going to give her hell. So.
And folks you want to thank, I know that you've got all sorts of awesome supporters and sponsors that keep this operation rolling.
Yeah, I got to thank my car owners, Rich and Nikki Bean, Airgas, Mr. Smith's, Cook Crane, Outpace Racing Products, JDM Racing Solutions, Shocks by Left Coast Motorsports, Nature's Images, Lithia, and my dad. He worked his butt off today getting the rear end fixed, so I got to thank him.
Well, good job, my friend. We'll see you tomorrow, and have a good night's sleep.
Yeah, thank you.
Nick Trenchard, race fans, the Race of Champions winner, as we'll move on to the driver getting the job done for the main event tonight. Long night for this gentleman. Colin Weinbarger out of Corbett. Colin, perfect night when it came for qualifying. You couldn't ask for a more perfect night. Fast time, won your heat, won the dash, and then the main event.
No, it was a really good night. Hard to complain. The car was really good. That Race of Champions, that was probably a pretty good show. Just it was hard to find any real estate to go forward. But them guys are fast. Had a stellar night all night. I mean, every time we rolled the car out, it was good. We made a couple little changes. I think we can still be a little better. Mark Carroll's the last guy I want to race around the hub. He's so good at it here, especially here. But we got it done. That last restart, I knew it was either, go for it or settle for second. So made it happen. Hit it at the right time. Super, super good night. We can improve, and hopefully we can do it again tomorrow.
Big deal for you. You're locked into the show. At least mathematically, you're locked into the show. That feels like half the battle's fought already.
Yeah, no, that makes tomorrow a whole lot easier. We'll go out and do some hot laps and just kind of tune on it, watch the racetrack a little bit since we won't be on it, for heat races or anything, and just kind of see what it is. I think it'll be kind of close to what it was tonight, maybe a little slower around the top, maybe a little less moisture on the bottom, but overall, I think it's going to be racy again tomorrow.
I know you mentioned it during your dash interviews. All sorts of people have made this possible, all sorts of sponsors.
Yeah, I got to thank Gray with Go Plumbing, BSB Manufacturing, Swear Trucking, Frisbee Motorsports, the Bailey family, Discount Race Car Parts, Checkered Flag Asphalt Paving and Seal Coating. Everyone that makes this possible, couldn't do it without all of them.
Well, good job, my friend. We'll see you tomorrow and see if you'll be in the same spot tomorrow night.
Thank you.
Colin Weinbarger out of Corbett, Superman.